But if I don't live, breathe, eat this shit, then, and I don't do this, like, like I just, all those numbers on those TikToks that I just rattled off. And those came from a full days of sitting in front of this computer, for fucking, 12 hours at that time that I sat there and I posted. I got probably a good 100 to 150 followers just off posting those. I think it was like 15 to 17. Finally TikTok told me, okay, you've done enough today, you're done. And I was up until like midnight that night. Like, it legit, a message popped up, you've attempted to try to post too many things, so we're posting you out. So it locked me down for 24 hours. So, but because of all that work and stuff that I put into that day, I reaped my benefits. I got my, what the hell I sown out of that. Like, hey, hold on. Oh yeah, yeah. I get no, I get exactly what you're saying. But it's one of those things where it's like, I want this as bad as I want to breathe. So if I really want to, if I want to get somewhere, if I want to be on that stage and become a speaker and make thousands of fucking dollars for speaking all my shit and reach people and helping people, then there's a lot of sacrifices along the way that I've got to make. I've got to sacrifice some time with family. I've got to sacrifice this farm. I've got to sacrifice, the shit that I wanted to do in my life, originally wanting to be a farmer. I got to make some sacrifices with that shit. Because getting up on that stage, I can't do it just working 1 or 2 hours a day at this, and then at the end, and then like I'm going to go back to the meme that we talked about weeks ago, where it said, don't bitch or don't complain about the results you're not getting for the work you haven't put in and the work you've done. So now I get what you're saying. I do. Like, my mindset on this is different with other people, but I try to explain to people, like, this path that I'm on, I'm not going to get nowhere just pussyfooting the fuck around. I'm not going to get nowhere by, fucking concentrating on the farm for 12 hours of the day and only doing this podcast for an hour a day. Fucking, this is ultimately now where I want to be at, and I'm tired of fighting it. I'm tired of banging my head up against that fucking farm door where,
Okay, let's go for 3 hours then. Let me elaborate.
Well, you see where I'm going. And after I'm done with this, I'm gonna make an insert really quick. But and that's what don't take all of what I just said and what all we just talked about. Don't take it to be like, oh, they just squirreled. I want you to take it and understand that that's exactly how you have to be about your mental health. This is exactly how you have to fucking be about your mental health and your issues and the shit you really want in life. Because if you're just sitting here, oh, I'll work on my mental health tomorrow. Oh, I don't have time for that. I got to do something else. Oh, I got to do this. Then that leads into days, weeks, months, years, to where you're at the same spot where you're at fucking right now. I told everybody the story before, is that I had to fucking get to a point in my life. Either I fucking change who I am and how I am, because life isn't worth living this way. I either do this or I fucking die trying. It's either change or die trying. Like 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. Mine was I change my life and how I am and who I am, or I fucking die trying. And by putting in all that work and constantly listening to moto videos, constantly working on myself, constantly researching, constantly doing, hours and days at a fucking time for 4 years later, there's been some breaks in between. There's been, 3-4 months that I didn't do podcasts and I didn't do, group work and shit. I took a, fucking a mental break, and I took time on and concentrated on something else, but it still led me back to here. If I would have done that, how much further would I have not gotten if I wasn't doing that and working on it so fucking much and so hard? But I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Remember 3 very important things, since I can't just ever, fucking remember the first one. But make the rest of your life the best of your life. And then remember 2 things. You're stronger than what the fuck you think, and you're not alone. Peace.
You see, change is inevitable. So it's never too late to make a difference as an individual. Cause we gotta do that to become better as a whole. All for one, and one for all.